That fateful Tuesday night, I stood frozen in the doorway of our modest ranch house in suburban Chicago, my body screaming from a grueling 14-hour shift at Giovanni's Italian Bistro. The fluorescent kitchen light bathed my parents and sister in a warm glow as they huddled over the table, scribbling notes for her upcoming 21st birthday bash. "We'll need at least 25 guests, friends from college." "The works," my mom said, her voice buzzing with excitement. "Emily, you'll handle the catering, right? And make sure the place sparkles before everyone arrives." It wasn't a question, it was an order, dropped casually like I was the hired help. The room spun for a second. And in that silence, the weight of 6 years crashed down on me like a tidal wave, 6 years of slaving away, funneling every dime into their lives while mine withered in the shadows. My name is Emily, and for as long as I could remember, I'd been the invisible backbone holding our family together. But that night, as their laughter echoed off the linoleum floors, something inside me snapped, not with a roar, but with a quiet, seething resolve. I'd poured thousands into my sister Sophie's tuition at Northwestern and my parents' mortgage on this crumbling split-level home. Living on scraps, maybe $700 a month after the transfers, I'd convinced myself it was love. Duty. The American dream of family first. But watching them plan a lavish party on my dime, expecting me to sacrifice my rare day off to cook and clean, the illusion shattered. Their betrayal wasn't loud accusations or slammed doors, it was the subtle erosion of my soul. The way they took and took until I was hollow. That night, I didn't argue. I just nodded, retreated to my room, and began plotting my escape, a slow-burning revenge born from years of silent suffering. It all traced back to when I was 17. That sweltering summer before senior year at Lincoln High. While my classmates obsessed over college apps and frat parties, my parents called me into the living room, the air thick with the scent of Dad's cheap aftershave and Mom's lavender diffuser. "Emily." "Sweetie," Mom started, her hands clasped like she was praying for my compliance. "We've got to talk about your future." Dad avoided my eyes, staring at the faded floral wallpaper. "College just isn't in the cards right now. The mortgage is killing us. My construction gigs are spotty. And your mom's retail shifts at Target barely cover groceries." My heart plummeted, not because I dreamed of Ivy League halls, but because their words carved my path without a single chisel from me. I swallowed the hurt, forcing a smile. "Okay. What then?" That's how I ended up in a 1-year vocational program at the community college, learning culinary arts instead of literature or biology. Practical, they called it. A quick ticket to a paycheck. Straight out of the program. Giovanni's hired me as a prep cook, the kitchen's grunt, chopping onions till my eyes burned, scrubbing griddles till my shoulders ached. The pay was peanuts, but I told myself it was a stepping stone. 2 years in, the promotion to line cook felt like striking gold, better wages, a sliver of respect amid the steam and sizzle. For the first time. At 23, I stood tall in my grease-stained apron, flipping burgers and plating pasta with a sense of pride. But then Sophie graduated high school, and the family summit that followed turned my victory sour. It was a humid August afternoon, Sophie's dorm supplies spilling across the den like confetti. "We need to chat about Sophie's college costs," Dad announced, his tone heavy as if delivering a eulogy. Mom chimed in, her eyes gleaming with favoritism. "Sophie's got real potential. Emily, the brains. The drive. She's headed places." The unspoken jab hung there, "Unlike you. With your blue-collar detour." They laid it out cold, $1,500 a month for Sophie's tuition, room, and books, plus $800 toward the mortgage. "You're earning steady now," Dad said, sliding over a spreadsheet like it was a contract. "It's only fair you chip in for the family." Sophie lounged on the couch, scrolling her phone. Not protesting. Not thanking, just accepting. The math gutted me after taxes and basics. It'd leave me $700 to scrape by. That's enough for gas and grub, Mom dismissed brightly. And you're still under our roof, no rent worries. I glanced at my cramped bedroom, its peeling paint and hand-me-down dresser, and felt the trap snap shut. But they were blood. Sophie was my baby sister. Fine, I whispered, signing away my freedom. Their relieved smiles masked the transaction, my life for theirs. The next 2 years blurred into a nightmare of exhaustion. My days started at dawn, quick shower, granola bar, then the lunch rush at Giovanni's, sautéing garlic, assembling salads for the downtown crowd, a brief afternoon break for a catnap, then back for dinner service till closing, often past midnight on weekends. My body became a machine, fueled by coffee and resentment, aches radiating from my feet to my spine. Sleep was a stranger. I'd collapse into bed, only to wake feeling more drained. Yet every month, like clockwork, I wired the money, watching my account dwindle while theirs flourished. $700 stretched thin, fuel for my rusty Ford. Thrift store uniforms. The occasional takeout when packing lunch felt impossible. Friends faded, social life? Non-existent. I became a ghost in my own existence, haunting the spaces between shifts and silence. Sophie breezed home sporadically, regaling us with tales of campus life, sorority mixers, study abroad in Europe, internships that screamed success. Mom and Dad hung on her every word, their faces alight with vicarious pride. Dean's List again? That's our girl, they'd gush. My updates? Works fine. End of story. No probes into my ambitions, my fatigue, my fading spark. I was the utility bill, essential but unnoticed. I buried the bitterness, chanting internally, this is temporary. Sophie graduates, gets a job, and I reclaim my life. But deep down, the resentment festered, a psychological wound that no Band-Aid could heal. The betrayal wasn't just financial. It was the erasure of me. The way love twisted into obligation, drowning me in quiet despair. The explosion simmered on that March Tuesday. I trudged home post-double, blisters throbbing, dreaming of oblivion. Instead, the kitchen buzzed with joy, Sophie and my parents mapping out her 21st. Emily. Just in time. Sophie beamed, her enthusiasm a knife twist. We're throwing a blowout, 25 pals crashing here next Sunday. Mom jumped in, you'll whip up the spread. Naps, mains, the whole shebang. And deep clean the house beforehand. My only day off that month vanished in their whims. Fatigue ignited into fury. I can't, I murmured, the words tasting like freedom. The air chilled. Sophie's face crumpled into rehearsed victimhood. Selfish much? It's my big 21, either you care or you don't. Dad's glare bored holes, you'll do it. Emily. Family first. Mom scoffed at my restaurant suggestion. We can't afford that, unless you beg your boss for a freebie. I escaped upstairs, the accusations echoing like ghosts. Alone in my relic of a room. The dam broke. Years of silence, of swallowed pride, fueled a vengeful clarity. I texted my coworker Lisa, who'd long warned me, your family's leeching you dry. Parents support kids, not vice versa. She'd offered her spare room in her Edgewater apartment. Move in tomorrow, she replied instantly. We'll split rent, you'll have cash left over once you cut them off. The math dazzled, $3,000 monthly take-home. Minus $500 rent? Freedom. That night, under cover of darkness, I packed my world into 3 boxes: clothes, trinkets, echoes of a stunted life. Mom knocked once. Stop sulking about the party. I feigned sleep, heart pounding with the thrill of impending payback. Dawn came. The house slumbered as I loaded my car, leaving my key on the counter like a mic drop. No note, just absence. Lisa greeted me with hugs and blueprints for my new chapter. By afternoon, the calls flooded, confusion turning to demands. Then faux concern. Voicemails piled up. Where's your stuff? Come plan the party. We're worried. About us. Not one, are you safe? Their panic was poetic justice. The first taste of the chaos I'd endured. At work the next day, my parents ambushed the bistro. In the manager's office, Mom erupted. Vanessa's Sophie's party's days away. Get home. I stood firm. I'm out. No more money. Handle your bills. Their faces blanched. We rely on that. Mom gasped. Greedy? After $50,000 I've sunk into you. I shot back. The boss intervened, escorting them out, my small triumph. The fallout was brutal, delicious in its rawness. Guilt texts, we miss the old you. Bargains, skip cooking, just attend. More manipulation, Sophie's devastated, her sisters abandoned her. I canceled transfers. Notified Northwestern I was done bankrolling. 6 months on. Whispers reached me, parents grinding overtime. Mortgage teetering. Sophie's slinging coffee at Starbucks. Deferring school. Family splits. Some brand me heartless, others applaud. You were their meal ticket, cousin Jake confided. Good on you for breaking free. The psychological toll? Nights of doubt. Therapy sessions unpacking the trauma of conditional love. But the price of my revenge, solitude. Severed ties was worth the rebirth. Now, at 25, life's mine, shared digs with Lisa. A sous chef promo looming with a fat raise. No doubles, time for cooking classes. Beach getaways. I glance back sometimes, what if I'd stayed? A perpetual martyr? No regrets. Their betrayal taught me love isn't a ledger. Walking away wasn't just escape, it was retribution. Forcing them to face the void they'd created. In the quiet aftermath, I found peace and the sweet sting of justice.